Hello and welcome to the Movie Therapy Channel. This is the show where we like to give you our rating first and then talk about the things we did and did not like about the movie we just saw. Today's movie is Toy Story 4. Well, there's a couple of movies we're doing today. It's Toy Story 4 and Child's Play is the other show we're doing right after this. So, what did you guys think of Toy Story 4? Is it a see it, wait for it, or pass it? Let us know because we're letting you know in 3, 2, 1, see it. I don't know how they keep on doing it, but these movies keep on getting better. But I do feel like this is the definitive ending to the Toy Story saga that we currently know. So, Toy Story 4. First off, let's talk about the things that we liked. For me, I was pleasantly surprised with how much I liked the new cast of characters. I was not 100% sold on them based on the trailers, but their interactions in the movie with the main characters is fantastic. Everyone from Forky, Bunny and Ducky, to Bo Peep and her crew, to the bad guy. All fantastic. Really, really great additions to this film. And it was surprisingly almost kind of scary at times. There's some jump scares in this movie.
I think I jumped once, but I'm also a baby.
What are some of the things that you liked?
I really liked Woody's story. Like, Woody's story through the beginning and the end was really captivating and fun to watch, and it was really heartwarming to see him go through all of these different feelings, and I really enjoyed watching Woody's character throughout the whole movie. I think he was really something that I enjoyed. I
agree. This does feel like Woody's film. All the other films felt like ensemble films, and yes, this is an ensemble film, but this does... This does feel like Woody's film pretty much through and through.
It felt like Woody's end of the story. Like, if it almost seems like, even though it does seem like a definitive ending, it almost seems like if they have another one, Woody wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. One of the things I really like that Pixar does with their films, and they did it here, was that they encapsulate themes into their films. And all the character stories revolve around that theme. And this is the theme, this film's theme is new beginnings. So it's a new beginning for Woody, the other characters that are in the film, everything from Bo Peep, Woody, the bad guy girl doll in the film, to the family. Gabby, that's what it is. Everything feels like this is built around new beginnings and characters, sort of rediscovering their place in the world. So, whereas the previous film, Toy Story 3, was about sort of letting go of the past, this is a film about rediscovering a new future. And that's one of the things I really, really loved about this film. Even like the side characters, all the side characters are all, encapsulate in that theme. And Pixar is just probably one of the best in the business at doing stuff like that. So with that said, let's get into our favorite scenes. What was one of your favorite scenes?
I actually think one of my favorite scenes was when Woody was reintroduced to Bo Peep, and he is in the Sandlot, and then all of the lost toys, and then the 3 soldiers were really funny. So, but I thought that was a really heartwarming little back introduction to Bo Peep, who's like kind of just a badass, kind of, living her life, and she's really happy where she is, and it was kind of really fun to watch that. Like, that was, I think, one of the scenes that I was like kind of perked up and was like, oh, this is fun.
Oh yeah, my favorite part of that scene is when the Sarge toys like giving Woody a high five, and the first two give him a high five, and then Woody turns around, and the third one's just sitting there behind him waiting for the high five, and he never gets it.
He never gets it from 2 in a row.
That was my favorite part of that scene. My personal favorite scene is Ducky and Bunny going through their rigmarole about how they're going to get the key from the old woman that's the shop owner. It's very dark. It's kind of like horror-esque in the presentation.
Kind of, yeah.
That was my personal favorite scene, and probably one of the reasons because Key and Peele, they voice Bunny and Ducky.
Yeah.
And it leans into their dark humor, and it's probably some of the darkest humor that we've had in a Toy Story film, maybe just in a Pixar movie. But essentially, it's them.
Pixar usually throws in kind of adult humor.
Yeah, but this is like horror-esque. It's just funny seeing them going through like these...
those dummies were scary.
Oh yeah, they're very scary.
Those dummies were not something I'd want to run into. And there were so many of them.
It was just funny seeing like these 2 stuffed animals go through like these murderous sort of scenarios to get this key. And then how they end up getting the key is just like the ultimate payoff to that scene. It's very funny. So with that said... favorite things about the film, favorite scenes. So now let's talk about some things that we didn't like about the film, if any. Was there anything about this film that you yourself sticks out to you that you didn't like?
Not necessarily. I mean, I would have liked to see the old characters a little bit more.
That's my one major complaint. So the old characters get kind of sidelined in this film.
Like even Buzz. And Buzz and Woody are a good pair.
Yeah, they're like, I feel like Buzz and Woody have been the faces of Toy Story. And even Buzz Lightyear in this film gets shafted a little bit on the screen time. He's not in it nearly as much as I think I would have wanted him to. He's still there and he's still present, but a lot of the other newer toys in the film take up a lot more screen time than the older characters. Now, I didn't mind it that much because I liked the new toys so much.
Yeah, but I still miss Buzz. I think Buzz was the one. And Jessie. Jessie was always fun. And Rex.
Yeah, Rex, Mr. and Mrs.
Miss
Potato
Linky.
Yeah, they're not in it as much. And I think that's because Pixar, when they're developing the themes of their film, they're not going to shoehorn in what they would consider fan service to take away from the theme of the film. And those old toys don't fit into the theme of the film within the contents of this plot.
Yeah, I guess. Still sad.
So
they were still missed.
That's my one real quibble with the film. Would have liked to have seen the old cast a little bit more. But, if the previous film was about saying goodbye to the past and this one's about new beginnings, I think Pixar made the right decisions with what they did, especially where the film ends up. If there's a Toy Story 5, like you said, if Woody's not in it, we can go back to the older characters and see where it continue their adventures. But with the way they make Toy Story sequels, I mean, that'll probably be in 10 years.
Probably. I mean, this one was, 8 years?
In 2009, I think the last one was 2010.
It was one of the first movies we saw together.
I think it was 2010, so it's like a 9-year difference. And even then, Toy Story 2 came out 11 years before Toy Story 3.
Yeah.
So, that's my thoughts on Toy Story 4.
That's my thoughts.
All right. That is it for us on this episode. So if you liked this show, like and subscribe to see more because we got more coming. We have Child's Play next. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time, guys.